Hey everybody, welcome. This is the March, April, or Spring 2022 layout update. Last few months have been absolutely nuts. It's taken me away from the layouts, taken me away from modeling in general. So apologies for the video being a little bit late. However, I did manage to get a little bit of work done. We're gonna go over that real quick. So the big thing to report on is 90mac's. In the February update, I talked about trying to get 90mac's renumbered and all that kind of good stuff and set into place on the layout so we can haul potash around. Well, here they are. We're going to go over these things a little bit later on because not just are they giving me a splash of yellow, but they're also going to allow me to bump my era up ever so slightly, and it's going to work a little bit better for the entire layout. One thing I was hoping to get done as the weather started to improve was to get outside and get some more trees built up. I'm sitting at 3,800 right now, new trees built for the layout. I'm trying to push for 4,000. I want a nice cushion before I get into the crow's nest scenicking area. However, Alberta in the springtime can be a bit of a crapshoot. So one day sunny and warm, figure the next day I'm going to get outside, but this is what I woke up to. So obviously no trees built. After I dug out the snow shovels that I'd literally put away the day before, I managed to get inside and get a little bit of work done along the Island Lake area. So basically just dropped down some cellular clay, got things kind of tied in. You can see that we're basically tied in underneath Highway 3. I have to build the overpass next. I'm really looking forward to that. That's going to be a pile of fun. I got a little bit more work done around the corner. I got everything tied in where the little access road goes down from Highway 3 down into the crow's nest area, and even did a little feature rock work. So now I am ready to get on with backdrop work across here. After that bridge is built, I can go right around the corner and start working my way down along the lakes. Sticking with the motive power theme of the last few months, went digging around and found my B40-8s that I'd painted up a pile of years back, probably 18 years ago. Now, these units, I'm saying, were originally B39-8s from the LMX lease fleet. We picked them up secondhand. So if you know anything about the B39-8, the tanks are actually a little bit shorter than a B40. So I was going to go and hack this tank down. However, I had some B40-8W tanks, and I like the look of them with the air tanks out front. And the reason the tanks are different is because on the wide cab version, there's more steel in the wide cab, so it kind of puts more weight on the front truck. So by shifting the fuel tank to the back and the air tanks here, they balanced out the weight distribution between the two trucks. So if I was just going to use that tank stock on here, that would have thrown the weight back. So what I did is I ended up hacking off a bunch of the chassis, milling down the chassis, and cutting down the fuel tank. I still have to paint it and finish it all off, but you get the gist of what I'm going for here. So I want to turn the B39s into a lightweight version, and it's kind of going to be a neat little thing because I really love the look of gaps between fuel tanks, shortened fuel tanks, and it's also going to throw some GEs into the all EMD fleet that the SAR currently has. All right, let's talk 9043s. So back in the February update, I mentioned that these were 8,000s factory numbered Cato units. I need 8,200. So I did a series for my members on the whole process of pulling off numbers, renumbering them, scraping off this, scraping off that, weathering, getting these things ready for the layout, etc., etc. If you're curious, go check that out. What this is going to give me, though, is the opportunity to bump ahead a specific number of years. So right now, I'm kind of sitting around the 2005 mark. I'm going to go up to about 2010. This kind of works out better because the potash train that you see here, all the cars are weathered off photographs of the specific cars in 2007, 2008. So this is going to make things a little bit more accurate. And I know I'm kind of splitting hairs here, but that's one of the things that I really get a kick out of with this hobby is even though that this is a freelanced railroad, I try to follow specific prototype practices, including the units that you would have seen in pool service. And that's what these 8,200s are going to represent. One of the reasons that I'm going with the 2009-2010 era is also because of the yellow frame stripes. So if you look back at UP units, there was red frame stripes up till about 2007, 2008, you could still see them. So these ones had yellow frame stripes from the factory. I figured that was a nice compromise just to hit 2009, 2010. So the three numbers that I picked, 8263, 8275, 8298, I do have actual photographic proof of these things in Canada, in the Crow's Nest Pass area, in the 2009-2010 timeframe. With the addition of these three units and bumping the era up by 4 or 5 years, it's really opened things up. I'm going to have the opportunity to mix and match a whole bunch of other UP units as well. You'll now be able to see a bunch of AC4400s, ES44 ACs, even the odd SD90M floating around with these 90mac's. With the minimal amount of work that was actually done on the layout, it was really nice to get this project done. It forced me to get downstairs, scrub some track, and actually run trains again. And after all, that's what this is all about. So I've got a holiday upcoming here, you guys. I'm going to try to document it for you. I'm off to Toronto. I'm going to end up in Vancouver. You do the math. I'm sure you can figure out what I'm up to. Anyway, I really want to thank you guys for watching. If you haven't subscribed, by all means, feel free to do so. Hit the like button if you dig what you see. We'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.